Today we will start with Unit 7, Section 1, that is Salim and Tansen. Salim likes to sing. Instead, he has to chop onions in his father's shop till one day. So let us see the lesson. What happens? That morning, as always, Salim sat outside his father's food shop in Agra's Moti Bazaar with a pile of onions, a bowl of garlic, and a basket of spinach and potatoes, peeling and chopping and slicing. I'm sure a Nawab's son never has to peel onions, he thought, sniffing. It's just my luck that my father is the owner of a food shop, but then he is a fantastic cook. So what happens? Salim is interested in music. He likes to sing, but he have to chop onions, chop potatoes, peel potatoes, and chop and slicing all the vegetables at father's food shop. But what happens? He is thinking that he is not Nawab's son, then do he have to do this work? So what he did, thankfully the onions were soon done and Salim took them into the kitchen where the dal was bubbling on the stove while his father ground the spices for the mutton curry and spinach and potato dish. Coming back to his perch outside the shop, Salim settled down to bask in the sun, means sit and enjoy the warmth of the sun, wiped his eyes and picked up a potato. One day he thought father will teach him how to cook and then he will stand behind the big stoves and cook delicious meals while someone else peels the onions. So he's thinking that one day his father will teach him how to cook and he will stand behind him and he will cook delicious meals. But he had to grow a bit taller first. Right now he couldn't even reach up to look inside the big pots and the big ladles. Ladles means large round deep spoons with long handles were much too heavy for his young arms. As he worked, Salim sang. It was a singing kind of tea. The bright winter sun warmed his back. He would just add a big bowl of creamy milk and later, when the lunch customer had gone, he could play marbles with his friends in the street. So Salim sang a tune he liked and made up the words along the way. Peel and chop and slice them too. Every day that is all I do. I thrilled, he thrilled. Thrilled means sang in a short high note. He stopped for breath and then sang again. But can you please tell me why these smelly onions make me cry? So like that he's singing. Oh, you sing well, said a deep voice. So a deep voice came from a side and he said, you sang very well. Salim turned to find the tall man standing behind him and the words rather interesting too. I made them up, grinned Salim. I can see that, but did you make up the tune too? Salim shook his head. No sir, I heard that somewhere a nice tune, isn't it? And he hummed it again. Where did you hear it? So the man is asking, from where did you hear this tune? There's an ustad who lives in the lane behind ours. Every morning he practices his music and he often sings this. Salim grinned different words of course. It's Raga Bhairavi. Oh, Salim picked up other potato. I don't know about ragas, sir, but I never forget a tune. The man came and sat down near him. He laced his fingers, means intertwined the fingers of both hands together on his lap and said softly, please sing for me, son. Softly Salim sang all the songs he heard those stars sing. The man sat before with him with his eyes closed, at times tapping a finger to keep the beat. Where Salim sang well, the man moved, swayed a bit and gave a little approving nod, means a shake of the head showing approval. Salim wondered who he was. He wore a simple silk robe and pajamas and had wrapped a shawl around him. His shoes, though made of good leather and embroidered with gold, were old. He looks like a landlord, Salim concluded. Finally, Salim took a deep breath and sang his favorite tune. It always made him think of cloudy skies and the smell of wet earth after the first shower of rain. It was the song he sang when he was alone on the roof of the house flying a kite. When he stopped, the man said softly, "That is Raga Malhar. It's the best of all. It's one of my favorites too." The man looked thoughtfully at him. "Would you like to learn music, son?" So the man is asking Salim that, would you like to learn the music? "And what's your name?" "Salim," the boy said. "My father wants me to learn music, but we cannot afford for it. So I am going back to be a cook." So the Salim is saying that his father also wants him to learn music, but they are not having enough money to learn. So he have decided to become a cook. "Not when you can become a singer," the man said. "I will teach you for free, but you will have to stay with me at the fort." "The fort?" "Akbar Badshah's fort." Salim looked disbelievingly at the man. "Yes, come to the fort this evening with your father. We will discuss everything." The man looked around the small street full of wandering cows and people. "This is not the place to accept a disciple," he said. Salim looked suspiciously at the man, so Salim was shocked. He couldn't believe his eyes that he had called him to the fort to learn the music. "No," the man smiled. "I will leave word with the guards at the gate. Tell them to take you to the Mian Tansen's room." "Mian Tansen? You?" Salim looked up at the man. "How can you be Tansen? You are not even riding a horse." Tansen smiled gently at this innocent observation. Salim thought for a moment. "Still, there is no harm in trying. I will go to the fort today just to see." So, this man had invited Salim to come to the fort so that he can teach him the music. So, this was the end of the lesson.